a certain pub we drink in.
That's fine.
And I'm asking you, they're eyeing, but it's not hurting me. What is this? And you'll tell me that it's like from the 80s or something.
Yeah, it's generally like, these would have been massively influenced by like Cockspur and The Business and stuff. And those bands, to be fair to them, are huge bands, or were huge bands. And The Business aren't really doing the rounds anymore because Mickey, their singer, died.
They're not doing The Business.
They're not doing The Business anymore. Cockspur are still doing the rounds. Cockspur would play like a big venue over here, but in the States they would play a stadium. That's how big they are.
Really?
Yeah,
are they American?
No, they're English.
Right, I had a feeling, yeah. Cockspur is a very English name.
Huge. They're almost wasted on Europe. Like, they're huge over here, but the States, oh, fucking hell, we're talking stadiums, you know? Like Misfits level is what like now Misfits level would be.
It's like probably like the opposite of someone like Rise Against who's from the States, decently big in the States, but they come to Europe and obviously
do nothing. Yeah,
no, huge in Europe. Isn't
yeah, sorry, yeah.
Is it them I'm thinking of?
Yeah, Rise Against do real well over here, but in America they're like a watered down version, like Marine Rock.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it's like
they're not.
It's like there's loads of bands that don't. We should do a podcast on that, actually. Bands that are not really well received at home.
The first, I'll say this as well on a side note. The first 3 Rise Against albums are fucking spectacular. Yeah. They're very, very good.
But there is a lot of those bands, like you say, like they're just, they find a market in a certain place. Usually it's Germany that go mad for a certain band.
Because you can do an entire tour in Germany. You can do a month in Germany. No
you could live there.
Yeah, exactly. Germany is just America too. Like, there's shops in Germany that only exist in America as well. You know what I mean?
Right.
The Trader Joe's and shit like that. It's mad. But anyway, the Bruisers were like the pioneers of that street punky oi style. Their singer was a guy called Al Barr, who went on to join the Dropkick Murphys.
Yeah, the first singer.
He's the second singer.
He's
their current singer.
Yeah, right.
So the first singer is a guy called Mike McColgan, and he was on they have a bunch of EPs before they released their first album. And the first album's called Do or Die. It's fucking amazing. If you like Dropkick Murphys style now, then fuck you.
Don't listen to it.
But if you like just real kind of catchy, stupid, not no effects stupid, but kind of fun, kind of hard rocky punk stuff with mad choruses, that first Dropkick Murphys album with Mike McColgan singing Do or Die is fucking fantastic.
Ooh.
Now, he left the band. Mike wanted to be a firefighter. His whole family were firefighters. And he didn't think
from like Boston or Philadelphia.
All Boston,
it's got to be that family thing. That's cool. That's cool though. Be a firefighter is amazing.
So he decided he wanted to follow in his family's footsteps because he'd done the band thing for years. They even played in Ireland with him, shit like that, you know. Like, they'd done tours, but it wasn't really working. It was just another punk band from America, touring Europe and doing okay. First album comes out, does all right, it's fine. So he decides, you know what, I've had enough of this. I'm going to knock it on the head. I'm going to be a firefighter. So they reach out to Al Barr, who's the singer for the Bruisers at the time, who had not necessarily a similar voice, but would fit in with the band. Because you have to understand, the Dropkick Murphys, well, now they're almost a parody of themselves. They have that fucking shillelagh stick fucking swinging, paddy whackery fucking Irish punk, Celtic punk thing.
I can't do
that
it.
Wasn't, some of it is amazing, but it's very hard to find.
Yeah.
At the beginning, Dropkick Murphys did not sound like this. They did not. They were just a punk band. The lads were all kind of second, third, fourth generation Irish. They brought a little bit of that into it.
A little bit of it, yeah.
And you had stuff like fucking, not uilleann pipes, bagpipes and tartan and shit. Like, they didn't know what they were doing.
Didn't even know what,
It was just almost...
That's Irish, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
There was elements of this.
Yeah.
So they bring Al Barr in. They do a second album called The Gang's All Here. And it's fucking super.
I do like that album. It's the one with Pipe Bomb and
Lansdowne.
What a
it's
banger.
a fucking monster.
You see, that to me, when I heard them... compared to what they sound like now,
it's a different animal.
Such a different
animal. Now, things obviously he joined Dropkick Murphys in 1998 after McColgan fucks off. So the first album he does is The Gang's All Here. That starts doing kind of well, starts doing decent. Eventually, years later, McColgan decides he wants to get back into music.
Right.
So he forms a band called the Street Dogs, who turned out to be fucking huge as well.
They are huge, yeah.
So he gets another band together, and they stay in that first one or two Dropkick Murphys album kind of bracket, and it works really, really well. Because that's the name he has.
They weren't like doing covers of the Wild Rover,
none of that shite. None of that. None.
Dirty Old Town. Dirty Old Town.
Exactly. Street Dogs are more like Boston Bruins hockey fighting music.
I don't mind that shit.
Yeah, and it's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
So obviously... the Bruisers actually got back together again about a year ago for a couple of reunion shows, and
money's nice, isn't it?
Well, I don't know whether there's mad money in Bruisers.
Could be
I think
there's a way of going on a holiday with your mates.
Oh yeah, I think that's all.
And using that as an excuse to the families.
They decided
to go with the lads, you know.
I think they had a couple of gigs left in the States to do, and I think they decided to do a little European They're doing one stop. I think they were going to go to the Netherlands. And they were going to do just one once-off gig, a Bruisers gig in the Netherlands. This is a European gig. If you like the band,
you'll have to come to us.
You'll have to come to the Netherlands.
Yeah.
And someone in the booking agency or the venue dropped the ball, and I think it was cancelled like 3 or 4 days before. There was murder over it. Dropkick Murphys obviously went on to do Shipping Up to Boston. That was on their 2005 album, The Warrior's Code, which is actually not bad. To be brutally honest with you,
it's very cringy.
It's but that's not even really their song. That's, I think, a Woody Guthrie song. It's a poem.
I don't really mind that album hugely, but it's very cringy, I find.
This is the album where it starts to turn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Before this, you've got a little bit of Irish malarkey going on, but it's not full blown.
But didn't that movie link them to Irish?
It was that song is off The Departed.
The Departed,
and that won an Oscar, and it was an Academy Award winning soundtrack. I think that's their only platinum selling single. I think, because after
they get an Oscar for the song.
I know the movie won an Oscar. I think they might have won something. I don't know whether it was an Oscar or a Grammy. They won something.
You can win an Oscar for best song because Glenn Hansard obviously has one.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Right.
That was in my head. And then I went looking and I couldn't really find it. So I don't want to confirm or deny it. Someone else, again, look it up and put it on the fucking Facebook page. But yeah, he joined the Dropkick Murphys, and that's when Dropkicks start getting real big. Because the groundwork was put in. They'd already toured all over Europe. They'd already toured all over the world. And the new singer jumps in, everybody's fucking fresh. They only have pretty much one album and a couple of EPs where the stuff to cherry pick from. And then the world is their oyster to continue on writing new stuff.
Was the new guy doing the old stuff?
Yes.
Dropkicks?
Yeah,
of course, you have to.
Yeah, there's stuff there, like Skinhead and the MBTA and Firestarter Karaoke. Firestarter Karaoke is probably the best Dropkick Murphys song that's off the first album. And they still do that to this day. If you go and see them now, if all the fucking paddy cap wearing mutants that go and see Dropkick,
they're just mutants.
They're the worst people. Generally cops, as a rule, cops.
Yeah.
And Europeans. Same difference,
wearing
really.
The braces and all.
Yeah, the whole shebang. Flannels and braces and paddy caps. It's like going to see Ghost.
How did they find their Irish self in an American band?
Well, like I said, they're all Irish immigrants.
Mutants. No. I'm talking about how do Irish people find...
We didn't have it, and there was nothing like that here.
No, but how do now Irish people find like patriotism in Dropkick Murphys? Do you know what I mean? They're coming like, oh, it's all Irish. I'm like, so are Irish bands, mate.
No, the patriot. Here's where Dropkick Murphys nailed it. The patriotism aspect of being Irish that's in the Dropkick Murphys is the fact that there's a band from, like, quote unquote, the greatest country on earth. And this band are huge, who are honouring and celebrating Irishness, right? So Irish people get to turn around to foreign people and go, look at these cunts, aren't even from here and they love us.
Yeah, you two are bigger though.
Yeah, but in terms of like being Irish, like Paddy Wackery, like
that's what I'm saying. Why do they have to find it in that?
You two.
No, like you fucking go Luke Kelly or whatever. Like but the Dubliners.
But there's a massive thing now at the moment. Even tonight, as we record this, Christy Moore is playing across the road from where we are right now.
Christy Moore is playing over in the Victor Street tonight.
Up until, this is real weird, up until about 4 years ago, you couldn't pay people to go and see Christy Moore.
That's right. He was playing tiny
doing little dives, the fucking pubs and Finglas and all.
All of a sudden, Damien Dempsey.
Damien Dempsey.
Yeah. Is it him that did it?
Damien Dempsey. All you've got now.
I was just taking it.
No,
but it is though, isn't it?
Damien Dempsey turned every fucking cokehead dirtbag in Dublin in particular, into this fucking, fuck the Brits up the fucking Irish music, turned him into this. It's a night out now.
And he's good.
He's grand.
And I don't think he even ever, like, does his music.
But he's one of them.
Yeah, okay.
He's one of them, like. Everybody goes to see him, looks like him.
Yeah.
Right? Now, to be fair, they're not as big as him. He's a fucking monstrous human being.
Yeah.
He's
and
huge.
he seems cool, but his fans, are painful.
The worst.
His fans are painful people.
That's not to say they're all the fucking worst, but as a rule, he attracts this. Listen, I'm working class. I'm from fucking a terrible area. I was born in a terrible area, and I was raised in a terrible area. I'm allowed to talk about them, right? So
I'm from an area. I'm from a Kip, but I say it's a worse Kip than it actually was.
Yeah,
but it still was pretty fucking.
I'm from a Kip where stuff was on fire on a daily basis, and so I'm allowed to say this. So it's people like
the neighbourhood next to me had stuff on fire.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's just as bad.
It's people who are a couple of years younger than me, who were never really into music.
Yeah.
Who had this Irish gene awoke within them in the last couple of years. And
but they missed it, didn't they?
They missed the point of it completely.
But they missed the times.
Yeah, but that's what they're bringing. They're drawing
I
people
know.
out of the woodwork now.
And I don't want to mention any new Irish band that are very big right now because I have a lot of time for them.
Yeah.
But they are almost creating this fucking just made up sort of romantic idea of Ireland.
There's a pastiche of fucking...
Pastiche is the word I was looking for, not pastel.
There's a pastiche of like this kind of...
pistachio.
Brendan Behan's fucking pub shy talk and fucking Luke Kelly's fucking skipping stones across a river.
But with idlesy kind of fucking music and fucking punky kind of... Yeah.
However, that is for the people who like kind of, not necessarily chart music, but think they're kind of alternative, right? That's for them.
Yeah.
For your general lad who spends 200 quid a weekend on a bag of coke and points of Rockshore, you have your Damo Dempsey's, and now they're doing like Aslan are huge again, Christy Moore is huge again, like any of the Dublin Legends gigs where they pull somebody out of retirement, John Sheehan, any of the boys from like the Dubliners, the fucking Wolfhounds, any of that type of stuff. You're getting lads wearing the fucking black leather jackets, the shorts, the kind of the zero fade haircut,
it's mad,
and a big pocket full of coke.
Pocket full of shite coke.
Exactly.
Not that I think all coke's shite. I'm not going to lie to you. Everyone I know probably does coke. I think it's a fucking mutant drug.
It's a fucking personality replacement.
It is a yeah. If you don't know what to say when you're out with all your mates and you want to be funny, just do a lot of coke. Yeah. And even if you're not funny, you'll think you are.
And start sweating and running around, having the best crack on a point.
And probably starting a fight over absolutely nothing
for nothing.
Sap.
Yeah, exactly. And start looking for the next house to keep the session going.
Yeah, but there is.
Well, your ma cries at home and your child goes hungry. Anyway, that's the Bruisers. We went off. We just broke down Ireland's music scene at the moment. Yeah. But you're dead right that there's a movement in Ireland at the moment where we are. It's great to a degree.
But what I'm trying to say is, and I really don't want to name check any bands because there's a couple of them that I do like the music of, but there's something niggling at me that's not really real.
It's definitely not real.
And there's this. Do you know what it is? Do you know what these bands want to be like? They want to be like the photograph that you have in your kitchen of your dad and your uncle having a pint in a little pub.
Oh yeah.
They want to be that, but
with the weird shape glass,
but in music.
Exactly.
And they want to have the flared sort of.
Well, as a rule, you're talking about lads who would have been reasonably well educated.
Oh yeah.
While the people they are trying to emulate and
left school at 10
and worked in fish gutting factories or something, right?
Yeah.
Who actually had real life experience. So the guys in bands are trying to replace real life experience and real life kind of poetic tales.
With this romantic idea that they've never really lived.
Talk.
I didn't live that either, because it would have been 60s, 70s.
Actual school. Like.
No, but like 60s and 70s is what they're going for.
If even. Like, you're talking about lads who would have came up at the end of fucking... Like, that video that was being shared today about lads coming back from the war in France. And you're like, that's when all this is born. When the gates to Ireland are essentially opened, you know? You've got, like, planes from all over the world landing because it's the end of the war and there's people flying back home. So there's people in Ireland and rural communities. Their eyes and ears are being opened to different cultures. And that's the beginnings. Like, you can go back further to Joyce and whatever, but...
James Joyce.
And
they're hitting the accent real hard.
They're going real hard. But that's an identity crisis, is what
it is.
Because I would have met a lot of the guys in those bands and they do not talk like that.
No, they don't.
Okay? They do not. So what happens
I'm really not trying to rag on them because I don't want to be an Irish begrudger. But all I'm saying is there's this sort of uncanny valley with me where I'm looking at it as if you're a robot, looking at it like a robot, but it's real. You're like, but they have an aesthetic, and all their filters on their Facebook pages and their band pages have this filter, this kind of a old school Polaroid filter.
Yeah. It's their attempt at
in industrial estates and stuff.
It's how do you replicate reality when it's completely forged?
It's weird.
Yeah. So like, go back to someone like The Streets, right?
Yeah.
I can't remember his name from The Streets.
Mike
something or other. In real life,
Mike
Skinner. In real life, he didn't really talk like Danny Dwyer, but he rapped and sang like that on the record.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he's trying to put across. It's front towards enemy with your cultural identity.
Yeah.
That's what it is, and it's painful after a while, but people, you know what, at the same time, people like it, and who the fuck are we?
That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to rag on it, but I just had to get it off my chest that sometimes that new indie punk Irish thing is making me feel slightly bit uncomfortable, and I can't figure out why. But
listen,
it's not really real.
Unfortunately, the best and worst thing that ever happened to this entire country was Blind Boy talking about mental health.
Yeah.
And that's like, it's great that it's being talked about.
Yeah, of course.
But it's also, people's brains now have been opened to the idea of everything is, because he talks about art a lot as well. So
his podcast is genuinely brilliant.
I love his podcast. Every week
brilliant.
I listen to it. And
better than ours.
100%.
Dickhead.
You see him, you know the Patreons he has? Fucking
Fair play to him.
high diving living that
His
lad.
stuff